smile.
First of all, these days we're learning in Rambam, Sefer Ava. A couple of weeks ago when we started Rambam, I was walking on the street and my close Chaver, Rabbi Martin Friedman, does what a chassid does and says, Rabbi Wilhelm, Soiklim Psikacha, Soiklim Psikaya, Zog me Ardeher, Zog me Psachidish. That's what the two chassidim on the street say. What's up? It was right. It was so I said, lately the Rambam of today's Rambam, when the Rambam was listing off minyan mitzvahs, it was the time of the minyan mitzvahs, the setup of the structure of the Rambam, I found something very interesting. The Rambam was listing off how he set up the 14 svarim, his 14 svarim, and in every sefer he puts a list of all the mitzvahs of the Torah, the mitzvahs aseh and the mitzvahs lo aseh, how many mitzvahs there are, how many positive mitzvahs there are, and how many mitzvahs lo aseh there are. Something very strange. In mitzvahs in Sefer Ava, which is the Sefer that we are learning today, there are no mitzvahs lo aseh. There are only mitzvahs aseh. Everything that you're going to learn in Sefer Ava is only positive mitzvahs. It's all, because, and here we have Rabbi Shagala, we'll explain to you, that when you're dealing in a positive mode, the connection to the Eibishter Mitzad Ava, you have no need for Loisesa. If you're in the positive mode, the connection to the Eibishter is love, connection in such a way, it's all essay. Yet, what else could I do for you, Hashem? What else could I do for you, Hashem? Think about that. That's connected in today's chitas, in today's parsha. Today's chitas, we learned the story of the Akedah, and in today's parsha we read that when Hashem says to Avraham Avinu, bring your son up to the Akedah, very fascinating, we find that Avraham Avinu himself, he could have asked for help. No, he himself saddles the donkey, he's rushing. Vayashkim Avram Baboker, he rushes to do it himself, says Rashi. Why does he do it himself? Avam Vikalkelis Ashura. That when somebody has a strong love, desire to do something, he doesn't ask for help, he does things himself. Rashi goes further, a couple of psukim later, and Rashi says, when somebody has a strong desire, it says, Vayelchu Shneim Yachdov, Avraham Avinu finds out the news that Hashem wants Rahman al-Itzlan, that he should shecht his son as a sacrifice. Vayelchu Shneim Yachdov. Avraham Avinu knows what the plan is. Yitzchak does not know yet the plan. Avraham goes the same simcha to fulfill the mission of Hashem as the Yitzchak, who is going like a simple simcha because he thinks he's having a good day. But when you're going with the Ava to fulfill Hashem's mission, everything is with tremendous simcha. With a tremendous simcha. And this is what the mitzvahs of the day that we are learning. But a couple of days ago, Rabbi Zalman will mention that we are learning Hilchas Beis HaKnesses. And there's a halacha that is a little complicated to understand, especially when Lubavitcher Chassid, the Rebbe emphasizes so much that we each have to make our own home, a Beis Chabad, to make our home. The Rebbe wanted we should clap on a pushka on the wall, that even the Gashmis, the wall should become Kedusha. There was a halacha here that stunned me. Such a word, Rabbi Friedman? No, yeah? So the halacha says, that the Gemara Megillah, that the different levels in Kedusha. There's the Aron Kodesh, the Sefer Torah, the Svarim. There's different levels of Kedusha. In the Geya, what you could sell. You can't be Moired the Kedusha, you could only be Ma'ila the Kedusha. So it speaks about Rechayva Shel Ir, the streets. Even though there's certain times the people would daven in the street out in public. By a time you needed a big place because many people would gather together. People would daven outside, but typically you would daven in a small area. Rechayva Shel Ir, says the Rambam, Afal Pisha Am Mispalalim Boy B'Taniyos. Even though sometimes people would gather to daven there, nevertheless, Ein Boy Kedusha. It didn't accomplish to become very holy. But the last line bugged me. The last line the Rambam says like this: V'chein botim v'chatzere sha'am miskaptim b'hem l'tfila. A home, a chatzer, a courtyard that people gather together to daven. Ein b'hem kedusha. That's not holy. V'nei shalekavu oisem l'tfila b'vad, because they're not just designated just for davening. Ela arai mispalalim b'hem. They daven there from time to time. Listen to the last 4 words. Ka'adam shemispalel b'toich beisoy. Like a person davens in his home. If a person davens in his home, we all daven in our home. Ein boy kedusha, says the Rambam. A Yiddish home is not necessarily holy because it's arai. It's temporary. And it does not have the level of kedusha. What? The Rebbe tells us, "V'shachanti v'soicham, v'soich l'lecha v'echa miYisrael, clap a pushka into the wall." The Rebbe says, our job is, turn that temporary kedusha. You have to show who's the boss in your house. What is permanent in your house? We're going to read soon a famous quote. Ger v'toishav anoichi imochem. So there's a Chassidish taich that Hashem says, this is a dialogue perhaps between Yidden and Hashem. And we say like this: Ger v'toishav anoichi imochem. Ger means a temporary dwelling. Toishav means a permanent dwelling, person, dwelling. So Hashem says, if you feel that your gashmistic life is a ger, your gashmistic presence, what you're doing begashmis, is temporary, I will fill it in as a toishav. But if you act, your life is all about the gashmis, I'll come there as a ger. I'll come there as temporary. It is the job of every single Yid. And this is what the Rebbe wants. The Rebbe wants that we should not make this. Sure, the dry halacha says, Ein boy kedusha. The dry halacha says, you daven, meshachris mincha meir. If you don't come to shul, for sure, this is kavula tefillah. This is all about tefillah. But if you stay in your home, you got to know there's a big job. Your house is not kedusha unless you make it for kedusha. And the way to make it for kedusha is to work and work and work constantly to make it, to show what the main, what is the ikar and what is the tafel. And what is the permanent and what is secondary. And perhaps we could say it back to the original Akedah that we just spoke about. The Akedah we read on Rosh Hashanah. Everybody asks, when you finish off the Akedah on Rosh Hashanah, at the end, we finish off a couple of more psukim. We add the last couple of psukim that don't really have to be mentioned in the Parsha for the Kriyas HaTorah. Why do we finish off the last couple of psukim too? V'estachash v'esmacha. Why do we finish off those couple of psukim? And one of the terutzim are given. Macha is a Rosh Hashanah melech al kol haaretz. On Rosh Hashanah, we proclaim the Eibishter is in control of the whole world. This is what it's all about. And this is what learning the Rambam is all about. This is what the Rebbe is telling us. That Ein Born Kedusha, yeah, your house is steiner, your house is stone, your house is wood, your house is money. It's all mortgages, it's all geld. It's up to you to make it from geld, from a ger to taisha, to make it into kedusha. And that's what we have to do. Thank you.